Was. So, I don't care, that's fine. I don't have. This is really fascinating. I'm gonna give you this in case. You're not supposed to read anything. Yeah. But if some push comes to shove, there's an issue. And it's not your personal stuff, so you can grab everything that's in there.
Oh, I always want to ask for the phone.
So, and I don't wanna do that.
That's fair.
So, yeah.
But no, like I said, I mean, I reached out and he told me exactly what I thought. It was just.
It's,
people
well, yeah,
are
it's so.
unfortunately, they're supposed to be on the annual.
Yeah.
This is my spreadsheet. Gives me enough time on it. Make a reference rather than the digital movie.
Thank you.
Sorry to bomb you with more papers.
Kill a tree, kill a tree.
Rotators, good. They run me good.
7 o'clock. Yep.
All right, we're gonna call to order at 7:01. I'll do the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
To the republic, which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Ken is absent. Mary,
Here.
Gary,
Here.
Jason,
Here.
and Kara is here. Do we want to, assign someone to do the meeting or?
You,
I'm fine doing
okay.
Minutes, you mean?
No, the meeting.
Oh, the
To
meeting.
run the meeting.
Yeah. You're the boss.
Big boss.
Oh, yeah.
You okay doing both?
it. I'm fine.
Okay.
So approval of the agenda. Do you guys have any corrections or do you like the way it's done?
The only thing that I saw on the regular board meeting minutes on the 20th.
Wait, this is
Do
the
the agenda here.
agenda, sorry.
The
Oh,
agenda.
I'm sorry. I'm ahead of myself. No.
I do have a question. The one I printed off was from this morning, and I thought I heard that we removed
Yeah.
items I 1, 2, 3, so I don't, is that off the
Yeah.
official agenda now on the website?
Yeah,
Okay, all right, I'll follow that one.
I can go into the pack. Or I can print them.
Is there anything to talk about this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good. Are you good, Gary?
I'm good.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Motion made by Mary.
A second.
Aye.
Oh, yeah. What do I say?
Oh, yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
My
Aye.
first time, guys. All in favor? All opposed? Okay, now we have public comment. Alan, you can kick us off.
I just wanted to say, I don't know all of you, I know. My name is Alan Neff, I'm secretary to the North Lake Landowners Association, which is doing the pending SAD renewal for our lake. I just, on behalf of the board and the membership, I wanted to thank the township board for its very prompt and careful attention to all of this. We know that it's going to be on a March meeting with further action perhaps on the April meeting. If there's any way we can help or you need any additional information, we're happy to help. And that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to say thank you for getting through this so promptly for us.
Here.
Yes, I appreciate attempts to streamline the meeting agendas. On this particular one, it appears longer because there's still a lot of narrative in the outline. The budget meeting on January 17th was very productive, including some new concepts regarding the emergency services budget. While there is an acknowledgement of a tight budget, Both trustee Bull and I independently ran some projected estimates. Neither of us concluded that the ES situation is as dire as painted by Supervisor Spicer, so I still reject the idea of a millage increase. The freeze up of Fire Station 1 was a curveball. I would be interested in the conclusions reached by the emergency services officers to prevent any future damage. And if monitoring in person was not being done during those record-breaking temperatures, electronic methods may need to be considered. I will be interested in how the insurance claim is settled out. It has been mentioned that by rolling daytime pay up to the chief's salary, a full-time chief may be able to absorb some of the duties that officers are currently doing and potentially reduce those salaries accordingly, if that were to happen. The concept of diverting resources to one fire station was introduced in a September email from former Chief Robertson. I think that trustee Bull, in his estimate, was proposing sharing repair and maintenance costs for Fire Station 1 with the police fund if the patrol car is located there. The capital portion of Jason's proposed budget was not transferred accurately into the revised budget that I believe is still in tonight's packet. There are some big ticket decisions to be made. One last budget workshop before March 17 could probably finalize any remaining matters. Regarding Construction Board of Appeals, I was just looking to confirm if any terms would be the remainder of calendar year 26 plus 27 only. And from my perspective, it does make sense to determine some sort of a baseline list of existing short-term rentals in conjunction with the moratorium that is already in effect. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Did you have public comment?
Oh, yep, go.
Right. Then state your name.
Hi, my name is Kenny Clevenger, and I'm here because I'm running for state senate in the 20th district, which covers Columbia Township. And so I want to stop by and say hi. I like to start off with faith is first for me. I was born, born to some drug addicted parents in Battle Creek. I spent some time in foster care, and I was blessed to find Jesus at a very young age, and I've walked with him ever since. And family is very important to me. I think because of that, my wife and I have been married for 9 years. We have 6 children. We just had we have a 3-month-old baby girl, Hannah, which is exciting. My 88-year-old grandfather also lives with us. He was a big part of my life, and I'm blessed to still have him around with us. And then I also believe that experience is important. I served on the South Haven School Board during the pandemic, which was a good learning experience, right? And a good way to learn how government works there. I was elected as the Casco Township Treasurer in 2020, and I was reelected in 24. So I just want to say a big shout out to the treasurer. I know you probably had a long day, and then coming to a meeting at 7 o'clock to do your meeting too. So appreciate what the township board does. I've sat on your side. I know how it feels. It's a thankless job sometimes. But to me, this is where it really happens, right? You listen to these conversations, we can talk, right? You can call them and say, hey, let's go get coffee, right? And we can actually have those conversations. And so this is the greatest place for government to be done. And then also, I served as the Allegheny County Republican Chairman since 2022. I was reelected in 24. I also ran my own couple of businesses too. So I feel like I've got business experience, I've got political party experience, government experience from there. And then why am I running? I told you about that 88-year-old grandpa that I live with. I grew up hearing about this place called America, right? I mean, he said when he was a young guy, he could work $1 an hour, he could buy a home, buy a car, raise a family. And I think about my children, right? And I think about our future. And I'm just running because I want to bring that America back. And so we all know Michigan government is broken and we need proven conservative leadership to fix it. So I hope to have your support.
Thank you. Any other public comment? All righty, we'll move on to the consent agenda. This includes minutes from previous meetings, accounts payable, payroll, and banking account balances.
Okay, now I can bring up my
Yeah.
comment. on the meeting minutes for the 20th. On motion number 5, number 4. It's written in there, the motion to approve 2026-002 resolution. On motion 5, it doesn't say that, so I would like to amend this motion 5 to include motion to approve resolution 2026-003 along with the other caption that's there.
Alright, let me just get eyes on what you're looking at.
I mean,
Hold on.
just the motion, you wouldn't know what the resolution was.
On my end, it shows it, so it might have been a publishing thing through iCompass. Let me double check it. 1 second.
If yours shows it, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't, that's weird, it's not on the,
It did, when I rebooted it, it did say, revised, something on it, but
so motion 4 says motion to approve 2026-002. And then motion 5 says motion to approve. Okay, so you wanna add the
I'm
resolution.
gonna add the resolution 2026-003.
Okay,
Similar to motion 4. Good catch.
Anything on payroll or thinking?
Other than that, no, I looked through pretty much everything and I thought it was fine.
I'll make a,
Real quick, Mary, on the balance. I'm looking at this sideways because this report always comes like this.
and I don't have.
Yeah, I can flip it, I know, but, from November 25 to December 25. The balance in the money market looks like it went down. Did we pull money out of that for something?
We had to transfer 100 to pay bills.
Okay, cool. I assume that. I just wanted to.
Now I'll make an motion to approve the consent agenda with the changes. Resolution.
So move.
all in favor?
Aye.
Well, we have to do a
We have to do
report.
roll call, yeah.
Alright, Mary,
Yes,
Gary,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Kara, yes.
Ken
Ken
has
is that. Alrighty. Information and reports, fire department.
Well, if you haven't heard about it, and I've been talked to by quite a few people from the town about it, we had the unfortunate issue of our heater dying at Station 1 here in town. Right when it was the coldest it was in years. So we have a truck currently at Spencer. I did get a hold of Spencer. They're just finalizing things. He said he tried to get the estimate to me today, but I didn't see it, so. We had a truck, that had to go in for service to get checked out. We are worried about the pump that pumps just the regular water around the station. Luckily, our high pressure pump that refills our trucks after fires is fine. We've tested that. Every single PVC line besides that one in the station is gone now. The hot water heater was a piece of ice. The toilet, everything was ice. I've never seen anything like that. I've seen places freeze up and whatnot, but I've never seen anything like it. So it's an unmanned station. We go there 2 or 3 times a week. Unfortunately, yes, this was a monitoring failure on our part. But on that same token, who would have known that the heater would die within a 20 or a 47-hour period between Joe being there to change numbers on the sign on Wednesday and then coming back to run the engines on Friday. So, yeah, currently we have the heaters back up and running. I've been I spent about a week straight just babysitting it every few hours, going back, turning it on. And then, finally, the part was ordered and replaced, and it seems to be working fine now. We also changed the airflow feed so that it's not just taking direct wind and bring it back into it. So yeah, we're still waiting on answers for that. We have a couple of quotes. I did have, two plumbers in there this week.
Okay.
Onuma, and, his name is Joe, a guy that a couple of people that I worked with at Sunnybrook. I haven't had anybody in there for otherwise though, for anything else. I haven't made it. HVAC seems to be just backed up. I don't know who to even bring in at this point because a couple that I called said they also charge just consulting fees. It's like, well, I don't want you to. It costs money before you even cost money. So, yeah, there was that. We've had, so far in February, we've had 12 calls, including today. We had an excavator fire. Over on 57th. Staying busy at a clip of almost one a day. So, this upcoming, before the next meeting, we all have our fire physicals. We get blood panel run on us. We have the KGs. We get an x-ray of our chests to make sure that everybody's okay. And we've had a couple of people find something in past years where this was just very helpful. Other times it's been just unhelpful money wise, but it's a pretty important part of what we've got. So I have a purchase order for that. But besides that, we're working on, we're working on itemizing things. And of course, now this week it's actually thawing out. So it was something to walk in there and just see there's no connection between the water and this water location. So our washing machine appears to be okay. That's gonna need to be tested to make sure, because that's not connected to anything currently. But yeah, heater's back up and running for now. That's where I'm at.
Chief, on that, Spencer, somebody. We have that's for 2722 truck?
Yes,
Okay. Somebody got us an estimate here to fix it.
okay. If someone sent it, did you just send it to Ken
11.5,
instead?
11.5
Okay.
to fix it and make it up,
That's recertifying the pump and everything?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I don't know if you have had a chance to look at that or not yet or anything.
I didn't see anything in my email.
So, but I think, since that's, my estimate, that's a priority to get this thing up and running. Because we need a truck. So I don't know. How
We have to turn it into the insurance.
Right, I know, that's gonna be an insurance claim. Depending on how much they pay, we're still gonna have to have it fixed. Now, I don't know if you want another estimate on this or not, but Spencer's is local, it's close. I don't know what their timeline is, so maybe we ought to find that out as well. Suggestions?
I'd like them to be able to look at it too, because I didn't get it either. It must have came in late, because I left it.
Okay, yeah, all right. Well, it was just,
So maybe they sent it
It's
to
in the
Ken.
agenda.
No,
yeah,
They didn't send it to.
okay.
yeah, I didn't get it.
I
Okay.
didn't see it.
It must have went to Ken and it went right in the agenda. It should have come to all of
It's
us.
under
It should've-
H3.
Oh.
H3.
yeah.
Well, we haven't had time to look at it.
Yeah, so, anyway, it's in the process, so you guys should be getting it, so we'll get it handled.
Our Cascade machine, while operational, I do have to have, MES come out and service it. It did pop a warning this afternoon when we were refilling the bottle. So just to make sure that we don't incur any further damage on that, I need them to come check it out, so.
If I might just add on to what he said about the physicals, that's no longer a nice to have, that's a MIOSHA Part 74 requirement now. So, that just passed a year and a half ago, so.
How many are we doing? Are we doing people that just go to training also, or are we
So,
doing everybody?
Roster has 20 people. The number that's on here is quoted at 20 people. My personal opinion is those 20 people will not show up. Just like they haven't showed up for anything else. So, I mean, but the budgetary line for it yearly appears to be, at least for the last few years, it's been $10,000. So if they're on the roster, and they haven't been tested somewhere else, or they don't have the opportunity to be tested somewhere else, this would be something for you to fill in.
I know one year you tried to get combined with another department or something to maybe cut the costs, but that wasn't possible, and I'm assuming you're probably still in the same boat.
Correct, so the money quoted is for our department only. What that does though is it's a roving trailer. So what we would do is if, say, little Timmy needed to go get a physical and it's over in Bloomingdale or over in Bangor or
Yeah,
something, they
okay.
can just go over there and do
Sure,
it.
okay.
They missed the night that we had.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
Sheriff Department?
I emailed you guys all a copy of our township report for the month of January. Total out to 75 call outs for sheriff's department and other law enforcement agency within the county. MSP being included on several of those. They backed me on a couple of calls in particular. We've seen an uptick in assaults and domestics over the last 2 months. We kind of attribute that to being people are sick of each other, being stuck inside in cold weather. But now that things are warming up and getting nicer, we have started to see some more of the property crimes. For the month of February up to this point, starting to pick up again. So we're getting to that time of year where the out of town crowd is coming back, prepping stuff for the season. And they're starting to notice things that happen throughout the winter. Items may have been taken or stolen from the property. We are handling those calls appropriately as they come in.
Thank you. County Commissioners?
Good evening. I have a report here from January activities for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing on there, we had an organizational meeting on January 6th, and yours truly was elected board chair. Randy had stepped down. He decided not to seek that again, and Paul Shinkario again was elected vice chair. And one of the main things we're working on now is a facilities master plan. Howard Pinkster, one of the companies that helped us draft it, they were in on the 13th. And right now we're just looking at everything. Basically have three primary campuses: a judicial, public safety campus, a public services and administration campus, and support facilities. And one of the main things I'd like to see happen is we need to get that 911 center on the basement. That's kind of not a great place for them to be. We have property over in Hartford, so we're looking at quite a few different places, and everything is kind of, just in a state right now where we're just looking at everything. A Parks and Rec plan was adopted for the county. We've never had one before. And it's a good thing to have, because when we apply for grants and such, they ask, do you have a Parks and Rec plan? So now we can say, yeah, we do. We approved 3-year collective bargaining agreement contracts, which included a 3% annual wage increase. So, and you can see some of the other things that were done there. And I don't know if everybody knows this, but very sad news, a week ago Monday, Randy Pete passed away. Sheriff Abbott called me Monday morning and said that he'd been over there, and that Randy was quite the guy. He was a river rat in Vietnam, one of those patrol boats on the river. He had cancer 11 times from Agent Orange, and he beat it every time. And he'd go back to Mayos about every 6 months, and they'd do a scan. If they find any more, they'd go after it. And so he was fortunate that he did it. Well, what finally, I believe took him was his heart. He called me probably 6 weeks ago on a Sunday. He was in the hospital, and his heart wasn't working right, and his counts were really bad, oxygen and such. Well, he made it back. He came to the next board meeting, and we had a couple other meetings after that. And it's one of those things, when you see that all the time. You never know the last time you take a picture with somebody or talk with somebody or whatever. And so Friday was the last time I saw him, and Monday he passed. So funeral's gonna be Saturday at the Lawton Community Center, so he'll be hard to replace, hard shoes to fill. So he was very, very big in economic development. When he got back from Vietnam, his brother and another guy, maybe some of your old timers would remember, but they started a company called Manatron. It was a computer company. Basically, they worked with municipalities and counties and provided the information and things like that. Actually went public and, you know, so it did quite well. So like I said, he was real big in Market One. He started that. So he will be sorely missed. So questions, concerns, anything?
No, I see the frost laws are on.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's good.
Yep, just came on, yep, so.
How do you go about filling Randy's position?
Well, just found out today, John Paul called me and got back from our attorney finally. We have 30 days to fill it. And either we can fill it and then come August, when they have the primary, there'll be a runoff, and then November, the position will be voted on, or we can choose not to fill it and just wait till election time. So I don't know which way everybody want to go. I'm guessing we'll probably want to fill it, but so.
I'm sorry.
First time ever, it didn't have a quorum. We went to have a meeting and we had Commissioner DeStefano was on vacation. Gail was from South Haven, was sick, and Mike Chappell's son had some emergency surgery, and with Randy being gone, so we had a guy come and gave us a report on broadband and how good that's doing. And I said, well, we still need to do that because they had a lot of people there for that. We took a roll call after that for our VOC meeting, and I said, oh, don't have a quorum, so we don't have a meeting. So first time ever that happened. So
Sorry for your loss.
yeah, thank you. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kurt.
The planning commission reports attached to the packet. Kate, did you have any short comments or anything? Okay. Next up, emergency services, station one heater replacement. Obviously the heater failed at station one. There's consideration of purchasing and installing a new heater unit mounted near the existing unit to provide heating capability. The proposal includes separate Wi-Fi thermostats for remote monitoring and backup temperature control. Estimated total project cost $9,000 to $14,000.
Kara, maybe you can help me out on this. The way the agenda is written, there's the description and then the action requested.
It's just kind of to help us like decide what we want to do. We can either just discuss it and have possible action to approve it, or we can table it.
Does the action requested serve as someone's motion though? Like,
No,
if we're talking about whether we want to purchase this thing, I believe we should have a motion and a second and then discuss it and then vote on it. So I'm not sure. I just don't know how to interpret the way this is written, I guess. Is that somebody's motion?
no, it's just a guide of
Okay.
what is the goal, discussion and possible action.
Did you see the information regarding the heater that's in the packet?
I did.
My personal opinion is we're getting into the warmer weather now. The unit down there was fixed with a new blower fan and things, so as far as you know, it's working, it's doing its thing, right?
Is operating as a heater should,
On what?
as a heater should currently.
Okay. I don't think this is an emergency type thing right now.
I think you're right. I think we need to finish our budget meeting too,
Well-
because we have to decide what we're gonna do with that building.
That's it. So I think that at this point, maybe
postpone this.
The action that would maybe be best suited at this point is to wait until maybe our next meeting or find out after our budget meeting to see where we stand money wise. That's my comment.
The other thing is we do need to start getting bids on some of the stuff for insurance.
I think this information's in here just to give us an approximate cost of what a heater would be and that sort of thing.
Okay. So do we want to postpone it till the budget meeting?
I think it'd be prudent. I mean, we've got conversation also around revamping Station 1 and consolidating the stations, and this would all fall under that bucket in my mind, so I think we should have that be part of that conversation.
So no action at this time, other than getting some more information and see about consolidation.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we table this item until further discussion around Station 1 in general.
I'll second.
I think we can just postpone.
I just motion to postpone.
Yep.
All right. Item,
Do we need to vote on that?
well, oh, all in favor.
Aye.
Right.
Okay, H2, non-potable water system repairs. Same for Station 1, we need to discuss repairing the non-potable water system, including potential replacement or repair of the pump, tank, pressure switch, piping, fitting valves, drain pipes, and drain traps. Bathroom fixtures may also require repair or replacement once water service is restored.
It's really hard because until we have bids on these things that need to be done and they're identified.
Guys, while these are all pertinent things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have the bids in yet.
Yeah,
We don't know what completely is wrong. That's kind of where we're at,
Is this where the description of hard water came in?
maybe.
A little humor.
Awesome.
So you'll work on getting those bids and then we can,
Just anybody worth coming in and touching their stuff's kind of busy, Kurt, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody on the board other than myself has looked at the station down there, but these water lines were actually blown to pieces.
That's what I said, like, I've never seen anything.
No,
I've seen pipes freeze up in homes before.
we're just,
Working as a carpenter and going out and doing emergency work and stuff. I've never seen anything like what happened to the PVC at that stage.
Otherwise, built with cheap PVC.
Yeah.
well, and it's old.
Yeah, whatever it is.
I'm just grateful thus far that whoever checked this found that the big pump is
Oh, yeah.
good. Of course, that's submersible, so.
We had to wait for it to actually be.
Thought enough.
We ran it the first day that it was above freezing, like that was kind of what we were waiting for, so I mean, that was almost 10 days after the incident. 8 days.
That's a high volume one.
I'd like to ask our accountant a question, Dixie. Is this something that you could work with the fire department and help get bids for stuff like this?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have to help me with the insurance claim too. So John, can you and Dixie like decide what we need and she can help with bids also?
Okay, Dixie.
Yeah. And then, cause she's gonna have to pitch in with the other stuff now that she's off
You
vacation,
can crunch.
right, Dixie? Okay, thank you. So do we need to have can't we just postpone this?
yeah.
Okay. And I think
Gotta
we
get
need,
estimates.
yeah, they'll get the estimates, so we have something, and then he'll be able to tell her exactly what we
As
need.
far as the camera or anything wireless, are you just going with Roy?
Yeah, we're just gonna go with Roy. I already told Ken that we have cameras. But what we're gonna do is, and Roy's actually got a sensor also to put in there for temperature, so we're gonna install stuff like that.
Yeah, no, as long as, I mean, something to help us monitor.
But it's gonna have to be in the whole plan.
Yep.
But,
Motion to postpone.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Did we jump over H3?
The worst on H2.
Oh, I thought we started talking about cameras, H4.
Well, since there's not, I thought we could just postpone. Sorry, I didn't realize we had to have a motion because we don't have a. So I'll make a motion to postpone H2.
Second.
H3. Discussion with update on condition of 2722 pumper tanker from
I'm
Los.
sorry, Kara. We have to take a vote. When there's a motion, a second, we have to take a vote.
I don't record it, that's why I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
All in favor,
Hi,
all opposed.
I know you're doing two things at once.
H3, discussion with update on condition of 2722 pumper tanker from loss of Modine. Unit heater 2722 is at Spencer's for inspection and cost estimate for insurance company. The invoice is attached to the agenda.
So you guys haven't seen this?
No, they don't have the agenda.
So I think we ought
Okay.
to postpone this as well, since we've had a little discussion on it. So I, unless there's any other comments that right now,
No,
So
we,
my fear is if we postpone it for a month. Then we're off another month. I mean, do you know what I'm saying? Is that gonna be a problem? We're out 2 months without this vehicle.
well, you don't have it back yet, right?
As long as the other one doesn't go down.
Yeah. Yeah, and that one will supposedly fix.
Yes,
Okay,
but,
Oh, Dixie.
Is the truck torn apart now at Spencer's or is it put back together?
We don't know. We didn't get the,
I believe it's at Spencer's yet, right?
It's still.
it's still less.
Cause I haven't seen it in Station 1.
Right, but I'm saying, is it torn apart? I mean, do they have it in pieces there right now, or do they put it back together? After they,
you haven't had any communication with them.
Don't know.
Either of you. We don't have. a clue.
Anything else attached to it? Do they do like a pump test or anything like that?
It says estimate date 2/4.
They did do?
Well, what they have here is they've got,
Complete pump test to inspect all possible issues, then create estimate for repairs.
This is also touchscreen, if you wanna just scroll down and look at it, see if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, Chief, that's truck 2, right? So if that's,
right,
So.
I'm just wondering if we should make a motion not to exceed so that we don't wait another month. Cause we're not gonna get
I
another bid.
think not to exceed, what is it?
It's definitely not gonna get cheaper, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
11.5.
And whether it's in parts and pieces, I don't know.
unless we just round it to 12.
Well, that's-
I imagine it's not, I imagine it's all held together somewhere. Thank you.
yeah,
I'll make a motion not to exceed $12,000 to have Spencer's repair
27.
truck 2722.
I'll second the motion so we can discuss. Is it a fair assumption that this will at least partially be covered by insurance?
Yes, yeah, I'm sure. There's-
Okay.
We have an
it's-
insurance
It's
claim.
an insurance claim.
Okay, so we're just kind of fronting the money for the repair and it will be recouped somehow.
Whatever the
Hopefully
insurance.
some of it.
Yeah.
Okay,
But my question is, what, if we're gonna discuss, what choice do we have? So if we say we're not gonna do it, then we're just out of a truck.
no, we're taking
Insurance-
truck 2 out of service.
That's right, yeah,
And the insurance can't reimburse us for something we haven't paid for yet, is my other problem.
right.
This one might still.
We have a motion and a second.
Any more
This is
discussion?
money. This is money, so we have,
Roll call vote.
yep,
Mary,
Yes.
Gary,
yes,
Jason,
Yes,
Kara is a yes, and Ken is absent. H4 security cameras.
sorry, real quick, who communicates with them to go ahead with the repair then? Is that you guys? Okay,
yeah,
John.
cool.
you guys,
Security cameras, we are wanting to install security camera systems at Station 1 and Station 2.
Okay. We have security cameras at both of those. The addition was to put one on the inside with a temperature sensor
Oh,
which is gonna be probably under 500, so I don't think we,
okay.
I was gonna say, and this isn't a surveillance, thing. This is a heat. This is a
well, one
heat-
of them is, and then one
Yeah.
would be a surveillance for motion. You know, which we have 2 on each of the doors, so they know who's there and. But. And we do have them at station 2
Yeah, so
also.
that two just got new ones within the last year or two, didn't they? Okay, yeah, brand new ones. Oh, whatever, yeah, I got it.
Who's gonna have access to those? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I think the board does, and so should the chief. That's who's had it before.
Joe and,
No,
Yeah.
just the chief and the
okay.
board is all that's had it before.
The temperature and the monitoring, that'd be
That'll
nice.
go to him and then we'll get, I think we put Kara on it also, so they would get a text, an email.
Okay.
And
If it sends up an alert, it needs to go to the officers, not just one.
It's just out of redundancy. I'm just thinking like a temperature alert. Is there any way to set it? I don't need to see, well, who's knocking on what, but.
Who's touching the fence?
But if there's a temperature alert or something like that,
when we get to that point, when it gets installed, I'll ask you guys who you want to be noticed and what phone number,
Yeah, that's fine.
so.
Yeah, when it gets down to.
It's also gonna
temperature,
alert.
it'll automatically let you guys, whoever you want. know.
Yeah, we'll just put, I mean, it can be everybody that we gotta run over there, but I was under the assumption that that was on like a daily check. When I talked to JC, there was a checklist.
station 1,
And I was on the assumption that that was checked when he came and did the mail, he stopped by one, he did the, so.
Like I said, because they're 2 or 3 times a week. Sometimes it's 2 times, sometimes it's 3.
Yeah.
He goes
Well-
there every Thursday. I know that he stops by and changes the numbers.
Right,
But like I said, that Wednesday, he had changed the numbers, and then Friday he was going to run small machines.
which honestly, at this point, it doesn't matter, cause you'll be responsible for that starting April 1st, so. And then if you don't check it every day. Okay,
Do we need action? I mean, do you wanna approve any funds or
Which one are we on?
H4 security cameras?
I'll make a motion that we do not exceed $500 to have our IT guy put in what he needs and communicate. I think a camera's 200 and these are,
I'll second. Any discussion?
anybody second me?
I second. Roll call vote. Mary,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes,
Jason,
Yes.
Kara's a yes, Ken's out. H5 purchase of fire unit from the city of South Haven. We can discuss about potential purchase. They have 2 grass fire units available. The info is in the agenda packet.
when I was over there, checking both of these vehicles out. I would definitely, if there's gonna be a choice on this, I would definitely go with 2265. Which is a 2013 250. It's got the newer pump and stuff in the back and the rig. It's got the better pump.
Gotcha.
I think the miles on both of them are about the same. It's not a drawback, but it's different than the apparatus you have now. These are gas, they're not diesel.
Mhm.
So that's, but they didn't meet the minimum bid. So I think if we were to look at this, I think that the figure of 15,000 we could get this for, which is a steal, really.
So just to give anybody any information on the vehicles. Both vehicles without their skid units have been RepoCast, I don't remember where they're based out of, it's Grand Rapids or whatever. Kalamazoo, whichever one doesn't actually get taken by another department, the chassis, they've offered $18,000 for it, they don't want the pump. They don't want the skid unit. They've got offers already for higher than that for whichever one doesn't sell. Brandon told me that the other day.
They still have both of them?
It's still,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
they literally just, whichever one doesn't sell, they said they would like the chassis. We don't need the skid unit, but we'd like to buy your truck. So,
Well, my only comment would I'd offer them a little less, see if they take.
Do we even need, is this something we need? why are we looking at this? Is it
Well,
something we need?
Correct me if you
I don't
explain,
know so much if I would call it a need, but with how much we grip monetary value and don't have the ability to just swing for the fences. $15,000 is a drop in a very, very big ocean for how much those trucks are worth.
right,
I mean, those trucks probably price out at $80,000+ with the skid units, already have their sirens, already have their light packages.
Got what I was gonna say.
It was placed in your feet more as an opportunity
Sure.
to not have to do something later for a grasser.
Oh, 2763,
Too,
2. At,
she is old.
yeah, that's the old, what, 96? 19,
Since by,
19,
yeah, it's got the old.
89.
it's the old DNR truck.
Yeah, it's the last.
So we can't, and that was used as a rig, as a,
Correct.
cause Skid is sitting down at Station 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to get a decent grass rig, in my opinion, this would fit the bill and probably save us a lot of money. The DNR truck we can't sell, we have to give it back to DNR, which is fine. So we're not looking at any value out of that. I don't know if you could sell that other skid that's down there to some other department or something, or I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. You guys know more than what I know by a long shot.
Is the DNR truck in its last days?
It's old.
Isn't there-
She's been talking back for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah,
Don't talk to me about it.
It's an old 6.2 diesel Chevy.
the last DNR truck that we did get rid of was the old 24-volt system. It wasn't even 12-volt, and wiring it, this is at least 12-volt, I think, right? This is still 12-volt, but still, it's old.
So this would be not necessarily an immediate need, but it would be a good opportunity for some preventative purchasing down the road for a vehicle that is a great value.
Correct. Also know that the DNR program has been opened back up again out of Rose Lake. That's it was shut down for a while. We're in a system status on that one. But the DNR just hired somebody to fill that position again. And they have surplus vehicles up at Rose Lake again, so something you may want to look into for the future.
Those are the kind of lights. That's $1.
So we can invest the money on lights and things.
What does that run? Comparable to 15 to get one that's already got all that?
I don't know. Not a clue. I've never painted a vehicle, so
I noticed you winced when he said gas motor. Is that a problem?
we've had problems with accounts, local accounts at a gas station, so I believe those on the administrative side, when I say hour, I mean hours as far as not hours.
In other words, paying the bill.
Something like that.
Yeah, okay.
So now you're looking at logistically would either, if we did have to go into Bangor to get gas.
Hmm.
Depending on what motor it is, by the time we get back to quarter tank still, you know,
I know you used to go to Bloomingdale to the farmers, whatever it was, co-op or something, but that's closed. That's-
Right. And it's a bit of a poke away, so, yeah, that's why I went. So
We had to take the Blazer to the show in Bangor. back when we had that.
We have a credit card that you can put gas on.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes life perfect.
So that shouldn't be the determining factor is what I'm saying, but
yeah.
No, but it gives us
I see what
some
you're saying.
flexibility.
we have a credit card. As long as you're not filling up here.
So,
Well, here's a thought. I mean, this is, I don't know exactly where we'll get to this. But on the other truck issue, the mini pumper, we've got now a formal quote that has come in significantly less than what we thought, which we have already voted to incorporate into our next budget. So in my mind, the 15,000 is available. Because we're not gonna spend what we thought we were gonna spend on the mini pumper. So I think if it's an opportunity buy that helps us down the road, it makes sense to me. My only question for the treasurer would be, does that fall into next year's fiscal budget, or do we find a line item that has money available in this year's budget to make that purchase?
We'd have to look at their budget, but I also, I don't know how long they're gonna keep these. I mean, we've been talking about this for a month now, right? This grass rig for a couple months. And
That's kind of why I forwarded you what Brandon had said to me 2 months.
Okay,
Because yeah, I mean, there's people want these trucks, and I'm sure South Haven wants to get them out.
sure.
Cause they're not.
yeah, so I
they're
think
not
there,
serviced.
there is money in their capital account that they could get there.
Or the other capital account we considered using as part of the purchase funding for the other
If there's
truck,
money
right?
there, I'll figure out where to get it.
Okay. I wanna make a motion then that we seize the opportunity and purchase this grass rig for 15,000.
Not to exceed. We
Okay,
might be able
not
to
to
get it
exceed.
less.
Try to get it for less.
I don't think,
I
think.
But-
I
but
think
don't-
Better chance with the mini
Don't
pumper
worry.
going down in price, I think.
That's not even a good.
Yeah, it's not good.
Well,
Which one did you recommend, Gary?
I would go with 2265.
Sure.
It's a 2013 model. It's a 250 heavy duty quad cab, quad extended cab, but it's got the newer pump on the rig itself.
Yeah, they're both extended cabs.
And all the lights and everything are there.
Well, and then that's, like I said, it's filling a future need with a great opportunity. I think is-
Correct.
Is the way,
Correct.
that was how I was trying to trade it, so.
Yeah,
Well, it also would feel better than having our bed truck now become the grass rig if we had something else.
yes.
Be a secondary medical or something, couldn't it, possibly?
It doesn't cost, just costs you equipment, medical equipment. It doesn't cost you any licensing fees for an additional.
Okay.
You're correct.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second,
Any discussion?
We beat it to death already.
Okay, roll call vote. Jason.
Yes.
Harris, yes. Mary.
Yes.
Gary.
yes,
Ken's absent.
get hold of them.
Unfinished business. We formed the Construction Board of Appeals, so now we need to approve compensation.
I thought we,
We
We got land division.
this is just for the money. We need to get the payment in there. And so we can put it in the budget. It's $30 a meeting.
oh,
Yep, just the meeting.
okay.
$30 per day for attendance at meetings and or hearings.
I'll make an motion to approve $30 per day for meetings and hearings for the Construction Board of Appeals.
Second.
Discussion?
By law, we have to have this, but how many times have we used it in the past? It's my understanding this was. This was,
It still looks like we won't use it very often,
Yeah.
but we have to put it in the budget.
correct. Okay,
Roll call vote. Mary,
Yes.
Gary,
yes,
Jason.
Yep.
Harris, yes. Ken's absent. Wage resolution I-2 for fiscal year 2026-2027. It's attached in the agenda.
I'd like to make a motion that should we postpone this till our budget meeting?
That makes sense to me.
Or do you want to go through it?
it feels like a 6, 1/2 dozen issue to me, like. We could approve it and use that information to help with the budget, or it could be folded into our budget workshop. I don't know that it matters,
Okay.
but, so I'm kind of cool either way, I guess. It, does the wage resolution that's attached, is that, that's complete? I mean, in terms of the proposed numbers, we have to add in the Construction Board of Appeals at the bottom that we just approved, but.
I would, I have some comments and some figures. The chief is on there for a salary of 60,000 plus on-call training. We have the assistant chief on there currently is 8,000 plus on-call. We have the captain on there for 4,000 plus on-call, and 2 lieutenants that aren't there anymore. I mean, they're not there, but 2,000. And based on the monies that are available, if we can skim a little bit off of the officers. Excuse me? Oh, if we can skim just a tad bit off the officers, we can come up with the additional 5,000 that would be added to the chiefs right now, 15, that would give us 20. And the daytime, full-time salary is 40, so the 20 and the 40 would equal the 60 and get us to where we need to go. Now, my opinion would be reduce the assistant chief that's shown on here from 8 to 6. The captains from 4 to 2. And the lieutenants from 2 to 1. So about, yeah, so that gives us an additional 15,000 to bring us up to where we should be with the daytime full-time for the chief, because the daytime full-time is going away. It'll be the full-time chief. And then to alleviate or to take care of some of this reduction and a little bit reduction in the other officers, eventually the chief, and it'll take some time, but the chief could take some of the additional paperwork and things that need to be done to offset the work for the other officers at a lower rate. Did that make sense? Did you follow me?
Not exactly.
You what?
Not exactly.
Not exactly.
What are you summarizing, or what are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting the chiefs as it's shown.
Mhm.
I'm suggesting the assistant chief at 6, the captains at 2, and plus they're on call, I mean, normal. And then the 2 lieutenants at 1,000.
And you're suggesting that just to try to figure out some cost savings for the department as a whole?
It'd actually be the same money, we're just trading places. So it's not an additional burden as far as extra money going in.
Right.
I personally do not agree with cutting somebody that's in the position now. I don't think that's fair. That's right.
Okay.
You know,
well,
I think that if the board decides to do that, it can be at the next open vacancy, but I don't think if someone's making
Well,
a certain amount.
this will be for next budget year, not currently.
Yeah, but if somebody's in that position now, they would continue to be in that position. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Well, I can tell you that the Bloomingdale funding for the chief was $10,000, the assistant chief was $5,000. And captains, or the other officers are $3,000. So we're still above other townships that are like our township.
So maybe this should be folded into our budget conversation, because I think when this 7-year projection that I pitched, a lot of these numbers they're malleable. They're just to kind of see where we end up in the bottom line, how it affects the fire fund and what the operating surplus or deficit is each year. And, I may have even been the culprit, Gary, of suggesting like we could move officer pay around to make room for the fire chief, but I kind of agree with Mary in a sense that if we've established these positions and they're not gonna change, that we should try to keep them the same. I think that on a real basic level, if we take the daytime and combine it with the former chief salary, that gets you basically where we're pretty close to what we're saying we need for a full-time chief. And I think there's other cost line items. I mean, if you look at this, especially with the updated numbers for the new mini pumper, which is less expensive, there are operating surpluses if we're careful in all the other departments in the fire department, where I think we can pick up that extra 5 somewhere else. I guess. Am I understanding what you're saying? Like you're wanting to reduce the total salary number of chief and all officers down by 5? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, no. I'm saying the chief currently is 15,
Right,
okay? And the full-time daytime's at 40. So the full-time daytime's going away because the chief's gonna be full-time.
yeah,
So that 15 and 40 is 55.
yep,
Okay, so I was just trying to find a way to get the other 5 to bring it up to the 60.
I see.
Now, this was just my thoughts, okay? Just throwing some figures around.
Okay,
I'm not saying this is etched in stone, it's just one variable that we could consider.
yeah,
But like you said, the estimate for the mini pumper come in really reasonable, I think. And so there's extra funding there. But that just because we did. We did use a figure of 550 for the truck. We don't have to go there. We don't have to be that high. Just
right,
because that's what was put in here. It's easy to spend other people's money
yeah,
until you run out. And I just wanna make sure that we're trying to keep everybody as comparable as we can and achieve what we need to achieve. That's all.
right,
And if you want to wait and see about with our budget meeting, I don't have a problem with that at all.
I wanna just say too, I mean, we have a brand new chief, he's gonna need support
Absolutely, yeah, I agree.
from what he has, and just to clarify, the 60, so the salary was 55, and then we decided on another 5 to help with self insurance or whatever that, you
Right.
know, and retirement,
Right,
so.
well, and I think there's other opportunities, Gary, as we've kind of looked at restructuring the whole fire budget. Like if we were to consolidate stations, there'll be cost savings there on some utilities and things like that. So I think, I guess what I'm getting at is I believe there's other opportunities to pick up that 5 elsewhere, but maybe that's where we need to dig into our last budget workshop to figure that out. If we don't feel ready to ratify these wages, you know what I mean?
I would agree with that. I have no problem there.
We have a motion by Mary to postpone. Does anyone want a second? To our budget meeting. I'll second. All in favor?
Aye,
All opposed?
you gotta set a budget meeting, but yes.
I just
do
put
it.
until next schedule.
Okay.
Attached to the agenda is, under this item was, John's correspondence about promoting Joe to captain. I'm not familiar with how that's worked in the past. Does the board approve those or?
He brings it to the
He
board.
brings
and
it to the, yeah.
It's like any personnel.
Paper version. Engagement report. Yep. Final care. Request.
Okay.
What are they from? And then the hours for Stephen and I for babysitting.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Unfortunately, he can't talk to us about that.
Yeah.
But he did send an email that that was what he wanted to do.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's attached in the packet. But I pulled up like past meetings, like. And there wasn't like a motion to approve the appointments. It just says like. This guy resigned, so John Taylor was appointed captain and Joe appointed lieutenant. If there was no motion like to approve it. That's why I asked like what we normally do.
Guess I don't know the answer to that. I would think if somebody's taking a spot that's compensated, wouldn't that need to go before the board for approval?
Right,
If that position has compensation attached to it.
right.
Right.
I had forgotten this in his email. I mean, I guess it kind of speaks to the wage resolution thing a little bit that we can deal with later, but he's saying he doesn't have anybody yet that he would, they're not experienced to promote to lieutenant, so those 2 positions would be open
Correct.
for the next 1 to 2 years. Does anybody have any thoughts on this one?
The chief knows his personnel better than I do, for sure.
I thought is, yeah, I mean, he just needs support. It's his
Yeah.
first year.
And it's right.
And if this is what he feels will do it, then I think we should approve it.
Okay. I'll make a motion to accept
The chief's.
chief's recommendation to promote John Furlan to captain.
Joe Furley.
Sorry, Joe Furlan.
Second.
Lots of Johns and
Do you
Joes.
want this effective like immediate, like for payroll for February or for the March?
March 1st would be the easiest since we do it by the month.
When?
March 1st.
He's still gonna be the full-time then?
In March he will be. Right now, he's the lieutenant, so he gets paid on that. The payroll, so.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right, we need roll call vote. Jason?
Was there a second?
Gary
did.
second.
Oh, okay, all right, sorry, yes.
Kara's yes, Mary,
Yes,
Gary.
Yes,
Ken's absent. All right. I3, more budget discussion. Reviewing of the following areas: transfer stations, cemeteries, and emergency services. Attached, Ken attached, a report from that.
I'm gonna make a motion that we postpone I3 and I4 and we schedule a budget meeting.
I will second that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
I,
All opposed?
Aye. Sorry.
No,
not-
you're good. Okay.
Fast enough.
Do you want to make,
Let's do that.
Let's look at the
schedule it?
calendars.
Yeah.
I'm
So
thinking a Tuesday morning would be good.
So the next board meeting's the 17th.
You wanna do
We'll
it?
need to do it before then.
Yeah. We should be ready to approve it on the 17th.
Yep. And then we'll need to notice that meeting.
Yeah.
So we need to give ourselves time. Well, to notice both. We'll have to notice the special meeting and then be able to notice the budget hearing, right?
I thought we already had, two meetings scheduled, one at 4:30 and the other one at 6:30. March,
On the 17th.
Yeah, that's the, regular one. We just have to do a special workshop so we can wrap this stuff up.
And you're suggesting a Tuesday, Mary?
Yeah, I was thinking of Tuesday, maybe the 3rd. Are you available on the 3rd? Do you think that's enough time? Kara, do you have anything? on the
March,
3rd?
March 3, you said?
Yeah,
Sorry,
What
that's
time?
the one Tuesday that I can't. I told you Tuesdays were good. That's the one Tuesday I can't do. I am so sorry.
um,
Okay.
we're getting close then. Do you have anything Wednesday on the 4th? Is a Wednesday work, Jason? Like the
I
4th?
could make the Wednesday, the 4th work, yes.
Kara?
That works.
What time? That's a budget meeting?
Budget workshop,
What day?
the 4th.
March 4th?
Mhm.
Might be board of review, isn't it?
I don't know, when is board of review? I have it on my calendar. You know when board of review is?
I have the notice.
We'll look at the notice.
Which is, oh,
I always thought it was like the 13th.
It is March 2nd at 7. And appeals will be held March 9th and March 10th.
We're okay then? Okay. So March 4th at 10 AM?
Sounds good to me.
And then we'll need to get that noticed, so we
Yep.
can.
March.
okay, March 4th at 10?
Yep.
Okay.
So you. So that.
We'll have to let Ken know, make sure he doesn't have any.
Next, I5, short-term rentals, discussion and updates. Mary provided a questionnaire.
So I talked to Danielle, and I talked to the KCI, they're doing a mailing to me. And we can add in a mailing for $450 that will go to every parcel number.
Is that gonna be the backside too? Where you put on the, help me out here.
What do you want on the backside?
Moratorium.
The notice, yeah.
Yeah, the
the notice.
moratorium.
You want the moratorium on the backside?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I couldn't think of what it was. Thank you.
You want the notice on the back?
Yeah.
So anyhow, my suggestion was to start by doing something and getting it out, and then everybody that gets a tax bill will also know what's going on. I think it's a touch point with people.
I think it's a good idea, just that in the past, when we've done surveys like that and sent it out with the tax bills, they out of 2,500, we get 200 back.
Well, I don't have any control over that.
No, I know, I
Right.
know.
So if we send stuff in the mail, we put stuff in the paper and we put it on the webpage.
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to
I mean,
gotta hit everybody.
I
down.
know, I hear you. I hear you.
How much time would people have to return it?
Are you gonna add a return envelope in there? Not a stamp, but just because we've got 2 post office boxes. So it'd be nice if they all got the same.
I did not price out return envelopes. I just priced out a mailing.
People can drop them off or email them.
I just think that would encourage more people to send it back, that's all. Not stamped it, if they wanna do it, they can put their own stamp on it.
They can't buy their own envelope.
They could.
They could.
I,
I know, I'm just trying to do like the most, the inexpensive
Economic,
possibly way we can.
yeah,
I don't want this to become a burden on the taxpayers to try to.
right.
Or we can wait until the summer tax bill.
I make a motion to approve printing and mailing the questionnaire at the price quoted.
What was the price?
$450.
That's it?
Yeah. Yeah, because she's already doing a mailing, so the $1,700 of postage
Yeah,
is already getting paid, whether we
Oh,
put this in or
okay,
not. This
okay.
is just an additional,
yeah, cause I figured 50 cent, well, that was for a stamp return, but.
it's 70 something now. So
Oh,
her postage bill, what did we pay today? 1,700 for
Yeah.
just the postage?
she gets a bulk, yeah. Okay,
So if we decided to do our own mailing, if we don't piggyback on a tax bill, it's gonna cost us a couple thousand.
yeah,
So.
There's motion on the table.
yeah. What was the motion, Kara?
Approve printing and mailing STR questionnaire at the price quoted.
I'll second it and then you guys can discuss it.
When does the tax bill go out? The next tax bill?
July 1st. Which we would be able to do something else at that point also.
My quick thought on this is I like the idea of trying to get the word out broader than we have so far. My fear is that it's a concise encapsulation of the issue. I'm a little nervous it might cause more confusion, maybe. I don't know.
Well, we've had public meetings on it.
Mhm.
I think there's enough people, or I think what we've done thus far is fine, but we need to get it out to more people, so I think this is a good idea. And the sooner the better. Because otherwise. And you might want to put a deadline on when they can mail back.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, people aren't gonna. anything
Since
else?
we're in discussion, Kate, are you looking at this? With all the work that the PC's done and just your breadth of knowledge on the issue, is there anything that could be missing on this questionnaire? Like, I would like to hear your thoughts from a planning commission standpoint. I mean, my mind goes all over the place. I go, hey, first of all, are we legally representing the issue correctly? Are we putting ourselves in any legal jeopardy by putting this out there the way it's?
Right, I would have some comments on the form itself, some of the wording.
Well, and we're trying to make the wording as neutral as possible. I thought that
Yeah,
our
I get
meeting
that.
is more
So, yeah. so I-
one-sided.
I might have some comments there. And then the other thing is, it's to your advantage to provide contact information. Are you aware of other properties? I guess it's just the way we go about getting the information, really. We can either use a database where there's none of this writing on your stuff, or any kind of, I'm a little worried about some of the wording that it just.
I don't think the word ratting on your neighbors, if people know, they know, and everybody's gonna get, all our taxpayers, right, are gonna get this.
It's gonna go to taxpayers only.
So,
It's striking me, I'm reading this it's just striking me as, a little confusing and, and you're asking your neighbors to kind of tell them, and I understand that might be effective. A cleaner way is just to have the database, and now you've got this, so it's hard to compile this information and put it together, it will come up short, I'm sure. Well, we know we have 62 listings now with, we don't know what we'll have in a year, and this won't get to that, so I guess it might work, but it might not work, it won't be complete, and so what? So now what? I just think for the cost of the database that we've looked at, the two of them, it's a great bang for your buck. It's using technology to, avoid some of the human factors in sending a letter out like this and asking people to,
To say if they have an STR.
yeah, say they have it and if their neighbors do.
And it feels better to you to have a program that spies on people.
It's not spies, it's a database.
Where'd they get the
GPS.
database? They get the database from collecting financial
But that's-
information.
I mean, you actually, that's.
well, not only that, but, when we had the meeting here, the one, STR owner said, they've got me on here twice. That's not correct.
Yeah,
So,
that's to be sorted through. I'm not gonna pretend I'm an expert on the database, because I'm just learning about it too, but I do know on that one database, there was 68 listings and 62 properties, which indicated there may be double listings. I'm sure we could sort through that. I guess I'm just the kind of person that, if there's an inexpensive technology that provides certainty versus a questionnaire, asking neighbors to mail it back to you and a lot of uncertainty, and then you have no sense that you've got them all at the end of the survey. I'm just in favor of technology. I think it's a
that's
great
with any,
thing.
that's with any kind of contact. You may.
Well, you know what? We've got a motion on the table. We got the
Yeah.
opinion of that.
Thank you,
So
that's my opinion, I gave it to you.
Yeah. Mary, or I don't know who this question would go to. The phrase in here, it says, it is to your advantage to provide contact information. What does that mean?
just so we can get in contact with them. So we can communicate with them, because we don't have everyone's email or phone numbers.
And just say, please provide. It just sounds a little threatening.
I agree. If,
Well, we
Okay, so we can
edit it,
change that. Yeah, this can be edited, because we have to add agriculture also. Yep, I'll put please provide. Well, it's a first step. I don't,
Well, when is this supposed to go out?
tomorrow it goes to this.
Tomorrow,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, we caught them right at the last minute. I don't feel comfortable spending $3,300 to get 60 addresses. And I don't believe that would all encompass them either. I've looked at both of those, and if someone, and I rent Airbnbs and I don't always use my credit card, I sometimes meet the people there. Once you're established, you don't go through these programs.
Well, we're talking about a different issue. I mean, that's the issue of purchasing software. I think I was just trying to focus on this
Okay,
particular
so let's
decision.
just, we've got them
So-
on the table, so.
Okay. So we're gonna have,
I think,
We got a
yeah,
motion and a second, so. we-
last thing I'll say in terms of discussion is I like the idea. I don't think this is ready to go tomorrow. It feels a little rushed. I know we kind of have to hit the window. So I would be more in favor of waiting until the tax bill and getting our ducks really in a row so we know what we're sending out if we're gonna try to do this. So, but that's all I'll say.
Roll call vote. Tara, yes. Mary,
Yes,
Gary,
yes,
Jason,
No,
and Ken is absent. I6, there's a land division application. And attached is a letter from the assessor. If you want me to read it, I can.
this is the same one that we voted on before to do the adjustment on the
right.
ratios. It's, they just now went back and did the other process, so.
Gotcha.
And according to Danielle here, she doesn't have an issue as long as it's,
yeah, I think she's got a nice summary of the situation and the circumstances and how it now fits within our ordinance. So
right,
I'll make a motion to approve this land division request.
second,
Right. Do we need a roll call or is this
No,
all in favor?
yes,
Aye.
Yeah. All opposed, none.
these look like runways.
The swamps at the back.
it'll stop you.
I7, attorney fees and legal services oversight, just discussion regarding our attorney fees, including consideration of limiting attorney contact to designated township officers to manage and reduce legal costs. The big thing I see is huge bills from attorneys with a lot of communication that a lot of us don't see. It's like, oh, I talked to him about this. I'm like, it would have been nice to have that. So I think just establishing like a chain of, I don't know, if custody is the right word. Regarding our attorneys is smart. Cause we've spent a lot of money on attorney fees.
Normally I use MTA a lot. And one thing I really would like is that if somebody, first of all, Homier, that they work for the township board. So anybody could call the attorney, but there's an issue with that because it costs money. And sometimes you don't even know if you're asking the same question somebody else did. So there's a communication
I think that's what it
problem,
was, just.
okay?
Yeah.
I personally, if I use MTA, we pay them a fee to help us anyway. The information is free. Well, so to speak.
It's prepaid.
There's not an hourly rate. And typically they run it by 3 of their attorneys. Of course, they always use the caveat, you might want to check with your legal counsel, but this is our view. I believe that MTA is a good reference point. The planning commission attorney, Catherine Kaufman, is one of the attorneys there that is very knowledgeable. I also think that if somebody on the board contacts MTA with a question, the rest of the board members should be copied on that, so they know what the question is.
Well, and then what the result is.
And what.
What the
well,
result
yeah,
would be
yes,
nice to be
of course,
shared too.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course, what their comment is or what their finding is, then should be for everybody as well.
Yeah.
I do know in the past that sometimes there's a question that's asked our legal counsel, and it's more like a leading question. I don't go for those. Want to ask a question, not a leading question, so that you know what the answer is gonna be when you get it back.
So really, we just need to communicate more and
So-
start with MTA if you can, because we
Yeah,
already pay for that.
absolutely.
Okay.
That would be my comment. Start with MTA. And send that question to the rest of the board members. And when you get the answer, that goes to the board members as well. So everybody's on the same page and there isn't any, he said, she said.
Can I ask a question? This twice in my short tenure as PC chair, I've had to talk to the attorney, and both times I asked Ken if I had permission to do it, and both times it was a 0.25, a 15-minute conversation. And they were not conversations I would want to put in writing. Just FYI. And just going forward, I don't anticipate I would, in my capacity, have to do that very often, but once in a while, something does come up. So, and I'm happy to go to MTA, but I don't know how to do that. Can I do that?
Everyone has a log-on.
Every-
I'm part of it now, so
Yeah, you can call or ask.
And you can call them as
I
well.
didn't know I could do that.
Yeah, we pay, couple $1,000 a year.
$3,000.
$3,000 a year, so that everyone has access to all the training, all the questions and everything. So, yeah, it is
Okay.
good.
Okay,
You do have money in your budget for legal,
okay, yes, I do.
so,
Uh-huh,
I think. And I understand that some things are confidential and you're not gonna be able to
Yeah,
share them, but
thank you.
we're trying to buy a fire truck and do all these things, and we could just be a little prudent with our. So I think we discussed that. Anybody
Yep.
have anything else? Jason, you good? Okay,
So we use MTA whenever,
start with that.
start,
Yeah.
yeah.
I8 is North Lake Special Assessment District update. Ken's been working on this, so what's in the agenda is kind of his summary, the draft's been completed, however, changes were identified prior to the board meeting. Due to time constraints, the township attorney was unable to review the draft prior to the meeting. The changes will be incorporated and acreage will be recalculated, and the resolution and assessment tables will be updated for publication following the March regular meeting. Public hearing is scheduled to be set during the March meeting. If required notices are published in a timely manner, the public hearing will be held as a part.
Does does all that make sense to you?
Yeah, and if I may, if you want to talk for a couple of minutes, we've been, as Ken pointed out, in very close communication with them. We're very close. We have only small differences in our numbers right now. And we don't have any issues with the methodology that the township board is using to reconcile some of the acreage discrepancies. You've probably heard a lot of this already, so I apologize if I'm repeating anything you already know. But we don't anticipate providing at this time any more changes to the numbers we have unless we get more petitions signed. We're just making sure that we agree on which parcels are eligible for SAD charges, which parcels support the petition for the new SAD. And I think we're very close to having agreement on the numbers we're presenting and methodology. You folks need to use reconcile the differences in acreage between the different sources that you have the county and your own township records. So I think we're very close. I have to say the supervisor's been very prompt in getting back to us. We're gonna have people, in addition to me, there will be representative of the board at the March meeting and the April meeting. So if any residual questions develop, we're gonna try to be in a position to answer them for you right at those meetings. Also, just, I will say, I've done a lot of mail survey research and the survey research both by mail and electronically. And in the public comment section, I may have a couple of additional thoughts for you on that stuff. But I think we're all pretty close on the SAD numbers now.
Are you guys looking at the same amount for your, I'm just asking, I've had people come in to pay their taxes and now they're getting whammy. I mean, you probably hear it. But with the North Lake Drain now too, they added that on, the county did.
Yeah, we
So they're having a
explained
hard time.
membership, that that's a totally unrelated charge because people were, because it's called North Lake.
Right,
It almost has nothing
right.
hydrologically to do with North Lake. So we sent out an email, to all our members
Okay.
saying, that's not part of our assessment. They know the number we proposed for the SAD. They know it's fixed. And they know that that drainage charge
separate.
is
Okay.
unrelated.
Good. That's the only thing I've heard.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Okay,
New business, J1, 2026 poverty exemption resolution and guidelines. Discuss the 2026 poverty exemption resolution.
We do this every year,
Yep.
and I looked at the amounts that were on here. And, including our 10% difference. And they appear to be correct.
so you're making a motion to accept it?
I'll second.
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept it. Okay, Gary second.
Dixie?
You're going to approve the forms also?
Yeah, I guess, the forms are always,
They're like
And the
state
forms.
issued, but yeah.
I think, yeah, those are all attached, right?
Mary, did you first or second?
I first, Gary second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We're looking to add internet service at the transfer station. We already have the Starlink unit. That's what we used to use here before we got MEC. So we talked to Roy, he said he could put it there. Monthly fees are in the agenda, $50, $80, or $120 per month. These are for, we're gonna add cameras, right? Cameras and, so we need internet service there.
so the Starlink would, so we'd have a camera out there.
We're gonna have a couple cameras out
A
there.
couple of, okay.
Yeah.
We need at least one.
We need one and we need one in the building, so the cameras are about $100 to $200.
Okay.
So, but we didn't want, we own the Starlink equipment, because we had that before, so Roy's just gonna take it off ours and put it out there, so that won't cost us.
Good, okay.
And then I really think the $50 a month would be more than enough if somebody.
I think that's,
Tow truck outside.
Well, remember the check?
Yeah,
Oh, I should have
maybe.
paid, maybe they're,
Nobody's being too.
maybe they're recalling my car.
it's a rollback out there.
Oh, I felt like a big trailer, I don't know. Okay,
It's a rollback.
So on J2, I'll make a motion that we approve putting internet out there at a monthly fee of $50. And then I'm gonna wait on the amount for the cameras because that will include Roy's.
okay. So Mary made a motion,
One second.
Gary second.
The only thing I would say is if, I'm not a super IT guy, but is the 100 megabits per second enough bandwidth to handle the cameras?
I think it's a good starting point.
We could start it, then if we have to move it up, we can.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
We don't want any gaming or anything going on out there. Just watching.
If discussion's over, roll call vote, Mary,
It's a money one, so yes.
Gary,
Yes,
Jason,
Yes.
Kara's yes, Ken's absent. Postpone cameras, you said?
No, I said on the camera one,
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna do a not to exceed, because
Okay.
our IT guy, he's gonna,
okay,
we have the labor of him taking it down and going out there, and then, the price of cameras, so I would like to make a motion not to exceed $1,000 for cameras and installation.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Roll call vote, Mary,
Yes.
Gary,
yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Kara, yes, Ken's absent. All right,
We're at public
public
comments.
comment. Alan?
Like I said, I've done a lot of survey research, both the mail kind and the electronic kind. I took a little look at the questionnaire. I'd be happy to help you, just volunteer to help get the wording to a point where it's sufficiently neutral but informative that it'll work. I think it'll work better for you. I think it's a good idea to put the questionnaire in with the property tax bill if time isn't of the essence, because people will open their property tax bill. So they'll see the questionnaire. I would suggest that you have a little note in there in addition to the questionnaire itself saying, please return this. The evidence on including envelopes and postage paid, prepaid postage is ambiguous. Sometimes it helps with response rates. Sometimes it doesn't. I think this is obviously an issue that's kind of simmering, and you folks have heard a lot about it already. I think they're probably, we've had some talk about it at the North Lake Landowners Association. I think they're kind of strong feelings on the issue both ways. So I think it's likely that you're gonna get a pretty decent response rate, but it may be necessary to do more than one mailing to get the kind of response rate you want. May not, it may be an issue about which there's strong enough feelings that you'll get a good response rate. I think there are ways you can enhance the questionnaire, make it both more urgent for people, but also more neutral at the same time. Like I said, I'll drop my card off if you want some help on editing the questionnaire and refining it. I'd be happy to help. I do it.
Well, what we can do is give you a hard copy of it, and if you could, Karen, would you work with him on it so then I could get it?
Yeah, cause you said it's due tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta do something tomorrow, so.
Scribble on.
Oh, tonight?
In the morning.
Sure.
What time do you
I
have to
didn't
leave?
First
realize.
thing in the morning, maybe?
I could help in the morning. I have a meeting with Kara's mom early in the afternoon, but morning I could probably provide some time. What time are you thinking?
If I have to email it tomorrow morning to them, so. I mean, you have a hard copy, Karen, if you just wanna.
Here, you want me to run you a copy?
Yeah, I'll mark it up. Sure.
Okay, yeah, if you just wanna mark it up real quick while we finish up.
Sure.
Help.
Let me get a pen.
Ma'am?
Mhm.
Hey, what do you guys, maybe you don't want to discuss it because of a public comment, but if you send out a mailing, what's the harm in throwing in a good neighbor policy hey, summer's coming up. We want to remind you, everybody,
I think we
be a
could,
good neighbor.
you know what, and if we do our July bill,
Yeah.
because I have to mail out tax bills in July.
Yeah.
1st of July, then we'll have time to really do something like that,
Okay.
because then everybody will be here, so that's a good one, Kate, and I'll get with you before we.
Okay.
I just feel like every time we already are paying for a mailing, we need to get some communication to to some
We've
people.
got a draft
Yeah.
already, and I would imagine we could look at it, at the planning commission and say, you know, we think this is good and we recommend, and then you guys could sign off on it. And it doesn't, it's not a regulation, and we're just asking voluntarily.
Be a good neighbor.
Yeah.
And we can put that on the website and stuff
Yeah.
anytime.
Yeah.
So,
Happy birthday USA, be a good neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sir. Yep. Okay,
Any other public comment?
I have a comment, as a property owner here in Columbia Township. Where are we, as far as I know, the township has deferred this battery thing down here on 50th. Did you defer that to the state?
Yep.
So do we know what's happening? If anything gone any farther, do they?
The last we heard, there was a decent backlog with the permit process. That's about all we know. I mean, we don't have any reason to believe that Vesper is not still pursuing the permit. But as far as timelines go, that's actually something I've considered reaching out to them just to see if they would be willing to provide any updates, but that's, Karen, is that
The last I
fairly
heard
accurate?
from them, we did not have updates because everything's frozen up right now in the ground for some of their tests.
Mhm.
So they've gone about as far as they can until,
I'm testing that particular site.
yes, that was my understanding.
Now, with all the hoopla that's going on about the renewable sources, I'm wondering what fallout there might be on all this, you know, alternate energy that everybody thinks is a good idea, but really isn't. Especially with, you know, the part that bothers me the most is I'm an adjacent property owner and I never heard anything about it till I heard about this meeting back in July of 24 and I came over. I don't know what was going on, and I'm glad that the board did what they did. We had 3 different choices. Giving it to the state isn't a great idea, but they're so slow at doing anything, we may be getting all our power from outer space by the time you get to the whole thing. But batteries and, laying right there next to that river is really ignorant. I wrote a letter to Wendell, a couple others, congressmen, with hardly any response. She just said the same thing. Well, the state doesn't gonna budge, you know, they're gonna be the decider. And, you know, what kind of government is that? Well, he did the right thing, I think.
Did
I
you-
just wondered if
Sorry.
there's any more information that I could get from the board or. And
We haven't gotten any.
interaction.
No, we
No.
haven't gotten it.
No interaction at all,
No,
okay,
Once we said no, it goes right to the state and we haven't heard anything.
okay.
Do you have public comment?
I just wanted to say, I forgot to say, I live in Casco Township, so just north of South Haven. STRs, right, we know that it's right, it can really be a tough issue and everything. We had that kind of, you know, battle or whatever it was. We think we put in a really good ordinance. We've gotten really good feedback from stuff. So I just wanted to say, you know, if I can help in any way, or be a support, I'd love to help you out and let you know what kind of has worked for us. The second thing is, you know, getting those surveys returned, you know, you're right. You know, a lot of times, you know, getting someone to actually fill it out physically, put it in the mail, stamp it. One thing that we've really found successfully, they show those QR codes, make the survey electronic, put the QR code on there, and then people can just shoot, and then, you know, because you know how it is, when they're at home sitting on their couch, they love telling you how they think, right? And telling you what's on their mind, right? But to get them to actually return something, so we did something with our nature preserve, where we were trying to get some feedback back, and we just put a QR code right at the park, and we were really blown away with all the responses we got. So going electronic maybe could help with that. too.
Technology helps.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a.
And that would be something we could do in for, you know, when we have time to do that.
Yeah, yep, and then
What
also,
we have is an older generation also, so we're trying to hit all the points, you know, we put it in the paper, we do a mailing, we put it on the website, so, yeah.
yep,
and Casco, Kate and I interviewed Casco down
We
there.
talked,
okay,
it was a great meeting.
Yeah.
Yes, very helpful.
They were helpful.
It's funny, I mean, we, you know, used to have all this, I mean, it was an issue, there was lots of going back and forth, now you just never, it's not even a thing, you know, so we're pretty excited about that. And then the only other thing I want to say, I actually started out selling computers part-time at Best Buy, and then I finished as the general manager of Best Buy, so I think your 100 megs at the transfer station should be fine.
Thank you.
Cool, thanks.
Yep, go ahead, Karen.
I was noticing that the actual purchase of the mini pumper was not on here yet, which I understand that wouldn't be until the next budget anyway. But I don't know if there's any possibility that for some reason the mini pumper that was priced less is not gonna be what you go with. I mean, it would seem that you will, but we're not quite to that point. But the grass rig, if I understand, you did approve that to come from current year budget, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or funds, just depends on where we have it.
Now, I sure don't know enough about mini pumpers to guess if everything was included in that quote yet. The only thing that I kind of looked for that I didn't see is the lettering, which may not turn out to be a lot. And I don't know if that's part of their base price, but I'm just a little bit wondering if that's truly the end price that we're gonna wind up with. And there's apparently the possibility of some pretty good trade-in value.
Sure.
Of one of the engines we already have. I'm assuming, have been assuming all along, that we are gonna be turning in one of those, right? For a, because that.
We're gonna try to
impacts your
trade one
budget
in.
And your
I would think so.
expenditures for your
Sure.
other capital. And also. When you were talking about the attorney expenditures, a lot of it has to be from her attendance at meetings too. So,
There's a lot of discommunication.
Oh, it's
There's a
all
lot
kinds
of, yeah.
okay, well, cause it looks like you've kind of decided not to have her at every meeting, so that will say.
Yeah. Any other public comment? I just wanna note there is correspondence. Formal notice of intent to file referendum, STR ordinance, I can't pronounce his first name,
I just say Mario.
Ayush.
Focus. So that's attached for your review. Any board comments?
I just have kind of an update on the transfer station. I got a hold of the work crew at the jail and meeting the administrator for them. I think next Wednesday. I haven't looked at the email quite enough, but they're gonna come out and remove all the shrubs and foliage and vines and everything off our fence. Clean it all up so it's nice, so we can get ready to put the new gates in. So things are coming along. Also, Jeremy is having downloaded on his system all the citation information for our different ordinances, so he'll be as soon as that's finished, and it should be just in a day or two, then he'll be issuing some citations that we talked about.
Any other comment? All right.
I would just like to thank everybody for being here, appreciate your input. And I wish we could have 5 or 10 more people here all the time, but.
Invite your friends.
Meeting,
Serve cookies or something.
meeting adjourned 8:54.